Mike's Daily Podcast.
FF 2051, 2051. And it's Mike Matthews. Hope you're having fun. It's the weekend. It's
Mike's Daily Podcast.
It's a brave new world. It's a world where we have riots. We have coronavirus. We have these spaceships flying up into the atmosphere. And all these other things that we try to fear and try not to fear. You know what I'm trying to get at here. It's the Mike's Daily Podcast song for today, which is
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Over. I'm done. Oh, you know what else I'm done with is Community. I finished Community last night. Wow.
Mike's
It ended
Daily
on a very meta,
Podcast.
very interesting way of breaking itself down. It broke itself down in its script. I would just love to get every single script from that show and just go over every little way they did the little comedy, the comedic lines of every word said. Some of it just said so quickly, it flew right past. I think it flew right past a lot of people. That's why maybe it wasn't the most popular show that ever made it on TV. It wasn't a Friends, but apparently it had a huge audience on the internet. Hey, here is a voicemail that Mike Matthews got recently. Perhaps you got the same one. This is your final courtesy call. You should have received a mail. Press 1 to be connected to a warranty specialist. Warranties and mileage and time, since they must be extended before your vehicle reaches certain mileage again. Press 1 to be connected to a warranty specialist. Hi, this is Ann with the warranty department. Our records show that your vehicle warranty has expired or is about to expire. This is your final courtesy call. Or do you get these texts that are sent to you addressed null? My name's not null. Addressed to you to say, oh, you need to click here or touch this link, and then bam, your phone's got a virus.
And here's today's podcast picture.
Apparently, Anne repeats herself several times in this from the warranty department. Thank you, Anne from the warranty department. Now don't ever talk to me again. The podcast picture today is of myself. If you didn't know what I looked like, now you do at mikesdailypodcast.com. This podcast picture taken by my lovely lady friend recently when we were playing around with some Anchorman. Well, I guess this was swag from an Anchorman 2 premiere that I went to. When did that come out? 2014? 13? Way back when. Isn't that right, Bazzy? Yes, that movie wasn't as good as the original. It had some funny parts, but yeah. I don't know why I went to it either. Oh, it was free. That's right. It was a free premiere. See that picture at mikesdailypodcast.com, having some fun with the big mustache that Will Ferrell grew for that fun Adam McKay movie, which Adam McKay went on to do The Big Short and Vice and some serious movies after that. Here is something I found interesting. A theater that my mom likes to go to in Florida called the Athens Theater is doing this virtual watch. It's a Rock and Virtua Rolla. And they sent me, I get these, oh, hello, lovely lady friend. Here, I'll turn on your microphone if you want to say anything. Yeah. The Athens Theater will premiere Seasons of Love tonight, featuring 4 couples you have probably seen on our stage before. My mom loves going to this. This is where I saw Cabaret with my mom. And what was that other one? The one with, I'm going to wash that man right out of my hair. Dang, what was that? The South Pacific. There you go. This is all the musicals I've seen with my mom. So this is a virtual events fundraiser. Don't you love, lovely lady friend, the brick that they put in the background of this email that they sent to me?
Oh, yeah. I couldn't tell that's what it was from where I was sitting, but yeah.
It's brick.
It's lovely.
Because the Athens Theater is this old brick theater. You know what my lovely lady friend really wants to do right now? She wants to get ice cream and make waffle ice cream sandwiches.
I'm all about that right now.
Explain this recipe.
I don't know. I'm going to make it up. I saw the picture, so I'm assuming the recipe is all in the picture. It basically looks like ice cream sandwiched in between two pieces of waffle.
Ah, okay.
With sprinkles on the ice cream.
That's going to be good. We're going to get fat and enjoy that.
Oh,
if we
so
haven't
good.
gained our quarantine 15 yet, we're going to gain it now. Cafe Anyway, that's why I thought that was interesting how they are raising money for themselves at the Athens Theater. Which, by the way, it's in the...
Maybe they should sell ice cream sundaes, too.
Yes. And they're always so nice to
Curbside pickup.
Curbside pickup. What the heck does that even mean? Curbside pickup. Like they're actually going to come outside and bring it to the curb. We were having this discussion, my lovely lady friend and I, about how's it going to work in restaurants? Because you've already got, you know, how hard they work the food servers as it is. And then, did you ever work at a restaurant? Were you a food server?
I was not a food server, but I did work at a restaurant when I was 17, 18. It was the summer before I started my freshman year in college.
Oh.
And I wanted to make some extra cash to take with me.
Was that in the Bronx?
It was in the Bronx. It was at this Greek diner. But I was not a waitress. I was the cashier.
Oh.
I was the greeter and the cashier.
Aw.
Yeah.
Did people think you were Greek?
I don't remember. I can't remember. I have been asked if I was Greek in the past, but I don't know if I was asked there.
Have you seen My Big Fat Greek Wedding?
I have. But you know how I am with movies. I
can't remember them.
remember them.
I've seen My Big Fat Greek Wedding so many times that as we go outside a cafe anyway, we're bringing Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcastro Valley. I can't think of a single line from that movie. Oh, except when the aunt is talking about something. There was when they did the biopsy, there was something growing on her shoulder, and it turned out it was her sister that she was born conjoined to. And that's an interesting part of the movie that I don't know why I remember that.
I do not remember
and
that
Joey
at all.
Fatone's in it from NSYNC.
NSYNC. Or was he a Backstreet Boy? No, he was an NSYNCer.
I think so, an NSYNCer. Here, look at this. Yahoo Life. You're always on Yahoo. Look, I went to Yahoo Life. And this person was talking about what it's like to have anxiety disorder during the pandemic. And this person here, whose name is Megan Williams, she goes to the University of Pittsburgh. She has OCD, and she says her OCD is largely focused around safety. She'll lock a door and have a crippling panic that she didn't lock it enough. I have felt that. I gotta lock it even more, even though all you have to do is turn the switch, and you're like, no, I didn't turn the switch right, and will feel the need to, which the more coffee that I drink, the more I feel that. I've noticed if I don't have any coffee, I lock it, everything's fine. But it goes back to when I lived in Ventura, and I lived in this duplex that was up on this hill, which has since burned down. That last big fire in Ventura, it burned down. But I would leave.
Someone didn't check their stove.
Yes. No, that was the wildfires. I don't know what caused those fires in Ventura a couple of years back. But since I was sort of all the way there was wilderness behind me. I just felt the need to double check everything before I left because I didn't know what was living up in the hills and the wilderness. But anyway, this... Like Bigfoot could be living up there.
And Bigfoot would start a fire? Or he would break into your home?
He'd break into my house and steal all my CDs that we have for some reason outside a cafe anyway now. And I just grabbed, this is Big Audio Dynamite. I think we were listening to them the other day. They were one of the guys from The Clash made that band. Okay. So she said her compulsions have changed slightly with the COVID-19 pandemic. Oh, she also checks to make sure she turned off the gas burner 3 times. She says, for over 2 months, I didn't go anywhere. I went home, washed my hands until they were cracked and bleeding.
Ouch.
The feeling with OCD is that you are out of control and you do not, and you do your compulsions to regain that control, even if they are irrational. So a compulsion is the actual...
It's the behavior.
It's the behavior. The obsession...
Those are the thoughts.
Those are the thoughts. Ah, okay. I was wondering about that. I asked that question on a podcast, and I asked people to call in with the answer to that question, and no one did. So thankfully you're here, because no one called 336MM Daily. That's 3 + 3 = 6. MM as in Mike Matthews. Daily as in what this podcast is. Has been for many days now. She also said she struggled with news reports. It seems now that my compulsions aren't obsessive, but they are logical. She obsessively checked her feet for coronavirus toes.
Oh, wow.
After news broke that they can be a symptom of the virus. You can't look at feet longer than I looked at my own feet, she said. She also was especially nervous about states reopening. One of the number one things that's frustrating about OCD during coronavirus is I can't control what other people do, no matter how much my OCD is screaming at me to control what other people do. So now here are other states opening. Dang. So that's a whole thing about that.
God, I cannot imagine. That must be so horrible. You essentially can't function because you're totally taken over by this need to do these behaviors over and over and over again. It's never enough. And actually, the more you do it, the more it actually feeds the anxiety.
Wow. Interesting. A wise person once told me that animals, they just, they have their things they fear and they're done with it. Whereas humans, we have this imagination that makes it even bigger and more threatening than what it really is.
Yes.
And for people like me that have humongous imaginations, you could just go crazy. Which I may have done. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's true. Like the entire movie industry, the entire entertainment industry is built on this ability to imagine. And
that's right. OCD has, and musicians, a lot of artists.
Yeah,
I'm sure have it.
Doesn't that guy from, is it the X Factor? He's one of the judges, Howie Mandel, or he was in that show with the game show with the suitcases.
Yes.
The briefcases.
He was fist bumping before the rest of us did after the COVID-19. Oh, okay. Well, on an uplifting note, as we were being lifted up by rockets thanks to Elon Musk, this afternoon, NASA launched astronauts into space aboard Crew Dragon, a spacecraft built by Elon Musk's company SpaceX. 2 NASA astronauts, Robert Behnken and Douglas Hurley, they had a stuffed dinosaur with them. But the little stuffed pal, he lightly bounced.
What?
The light bouncing off the dino's sequence really caught the camera, and when the spaceship reached zero gravity, he slid out of his seatbelt and gracefully floated up towards the lens. Elon Musk loves doing this with like that one rocket he launched, and there was a car on it with a mannequin sitting in it. He had this. What was the? Did they have a name for the stuffed animal? I don't have it here for the dinosaur. Yeah, this according to Mashable. The Demo 2 dinosaur plush toy is what it was. Is, I guess, similar to what you can get. But, it's called Tremor Dinosaur. It's from the TY Flippables collection. Oh, okay. And another interesting thing, they did a test rocket yesterday. Nobody was on this test rocket. It was just a test rocket. It blew up. And that's the rest of the story, I guess.
It blew up?
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Back to square one.
But I think everything went well with the astronauts.
Wait, sorry. So I may have lost track here. The dinosaur was on the spaceship that blew up the rocket?
No.
Oh.
No, the dinosaur was with the astronauts. That did not blow up.
What? Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm not paying attention.
It was a prototype of the new SpaceX rocket. It blew up in Texas, actually. Starship exploded yesterday during ground tests in South Texas as Elon Musk's space company pursued an aggressive development schedule to fly the launch vehicle for the first time. But that
I see.
Today they launched the SpaceX Starship. And yeah.
That's enough. Put down the mic.
Nah, I'm confused. There's too many spaceships being launched. And I can't find the rest. I have to say, Mayday. But I think they're okay. I hope they're okay. And that's pretty much the end of today's show. Oh, wait, let's say hi to some people out here at Cafe Anyway who are enjoying not watching anything get launched. Hi, Mark. It's Benita the Rodeo Queen. How's y'all doing? And to Disgruntled Fiddle Player, tell you what. What? I think that's really cool about astronauts and dinosaurs and rockets and such. Hi, lovely lady friend person.
Hello, Disgruntled Fiddle Player.
And look who else is here.
Hello, Mark. I make delicious root beer. Have some right now. I'll cut you. Oh, boy.
There he goes. He's pouring some root beer for us now.
Oh, it's so good.
You hate root beer.
This one is amazing.
But you love the sound effect of the root beer being poured. Poured to you. Okay, everyone, enjoy your rest of your... I don't know if I'm doing one tomorrow. We'll see. But thank you for listening to the show. If you have any comments, you can add 336MM Daily to the comments by calling that number I just threw in the middle of that sentence. 336MM Daily. Thank you, lovely lady friend.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye.